Evening. A new study is underway this week testing hundreds of teens playing sports with high concussion rates. Researchers out of Edmonton and Calgary are studying the effects of concussions in minor hockey. Our Connor Hood joins us live from our news center with more on that story.
2 years ago, Hockey Alberta changed the rules for body checking in minor hockey from starting in Pee Wee to now starting in Bantam. The study, which is partially funded by the Government of Alberta, wants to know if the changes made any effect on the number of head injuries. The study is following more than 1,000 kids in the Bantam level across Alberta and BC, including 23 teams in the Edmonton area. Researchers will be testing the kids physically as well as mentally over 5 years to establish a baseline for concussion testing. The Glen Sather Clinic will be treating players in the study who may get a concussion during the season.
Well, we know that there's a threefold increase in kids that did the Pee Wee body contact, and up to a fourfold increase in concussions in the athletes who had body checking at the Pee Wee level.
Concussed players will be tested in order to find other changes in the athlete's body, such as balance, changes of function and skill, and behavioral modifications. Doctors at the Edmonton Brain Clinic say detecting, as well as properly treating youth brain injuries, is important in preventing future effects such as post-concussion syndrome, slurred speech, and seizures.
There's potential to get a second impact, and that's kind of the biggest thing that we want to try and stay away from, especially in children.
The study also brought out questions about other sports, including how hockey compares to youth soccer and football. Although there's a lot of attention being put on youth sports, and even which sport causes the most injury, some say it's how the game is played, not the sport itself, that has the greatest impact on injuries in youth.
When the rules are not adhered to, the referee and the coaches aren't controlling the players, and people take risky, dangerous plays, I think that's more the issue than one sport or another.
The first set of results will be available after the 2014-2015 season. They will be collecting data on practices, games, injuries, and even reasons for absences.
So Connors, what are the doctors saying about side effects for players?
It really depends on the seriousness of the blow. It could range from anything from dizziness, headaches, general confusion, or a loss of focus. A few of the NAIT players say that even with the long-term effects, it would take more than 5 concussions before they quit the game.
So outside of sports, what is the protocol if somebody gets a concussion?
Well, first and most importantly is to see a doctor. They usually recommend a 6-step recovery plan, which starts with complete mental and physical rest. That's no phone, texting, computer, then increased levels of physical activity, working your way back up to being cleared by a doctor, and then you can return to either your game or your high-risk activity.
Thanks, Connor. That's Connor Hood reporting live from our news center tonight.
NAIT NewsWatch, the next generation of news.